Good morning, Hania. Good morning, Kana.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you, beta?
Ma'am, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good as well. So you enjoyed your holidays?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. We have completed a chapter of advertising, right? We have done all the questions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm fine then. We will begin with, we'll complete that, no? Water, the geography one today, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we will continue with chapter 9.
Chapter 9.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Yeah, let's get started. This chapter we have done, we have to begin from Ganga Brahmaputra Delta basin. We have done Amazon basin. Till there we have done here, children.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have done till. No, ma'am, we don't have to start this chapter. Ma'am,
I think we have to start from transport in cities of.
Yes, ma'am, transport in city.
Right?
Yes,
Right,
ma'am.
girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Hania, read beta. Hania, read. You remember now what is like the things that we have read about this Amazon?
One minute. Yes, ma'am.
Read, Hania. Kanak, you read beta. Kanak.
Okay, ma'am.
You read it.
Transport and cities. The dense forest and swampy grounds are the great hindrance in building roads and rail networks in Amazon basin. In the interiors, waterways are the only mode of transport. There is only one major highway in the region, the Trans-Amazonian Highway.
It is a trans-Amazonian highway. So children, if you remember that when we read this chapter, we read about the location of the Amazon basin. Where is it located, children? Can you tell me? Where is the Amazon basin located? Who will give me the answer?
Ma'am, what?
Where is the Amazon basin located?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
South
there's the
America.
Amazon. Ma'am, near Brazil. Ma'am, like it passes through some cities
South
like
America.
Brazil.
Continent of South America. Simply you can say that. Good. Okay. So it's located in South America. And then we also read about the climate there. That okay, it has a hot and wet climate. Then we also read about the vegetation we have there and the wildlife. Like we get to know that okay, we have the tropical rainforest there, which are also known as selva and the similar kind of
Selva
wildlife.
or Ma'am, evergreen forest.
Right. Okay. Now we're talking about transport in cities. Now, as we know that we have dense forest network there. So it's quite obvious the dense forest network in the swampy grounds. What is the meaning of swampy grounds?
Mom means like the grounds are very swampy.
What's the meaning of swampy?
Ma'am,
Yes. What do you mean?
ma'am, the meaning of swampy ground is the land is always very wet.
The land is always very wet.
Like the mud, mom, like the soil of that region is like something, mom, that have some moisture in it.
A lot of moisture in it, not some. Okay. So this is known as swampy ground. So they, because of this, it is very difficult to make roads or railway networks in the Amazon basin. If we talk about the interiors, in the interiors, waterways are the only mode of transport. People travel from one place to another in the Amazon basin, in the interiors of the
Mom, like in that Amazon basin, mom, like people travel by inland waterways.
by inland waterways, exactly. Right. So waterways are the only mode of transport, and there is one major highway, only one major highway in the region. It's known as Trans-Amazonian Highway. It's that highway which connects one end of the Amazon basin to another. Right? Yes. Nishu, read next.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, from the starting of page number 164.
Yes, there are very few.
Okay, ma'am. There are very few big cities in Amazon basin. Ma- Manaus, a major rubber collecting center, and Belém, the chief port of the region, are located in Brazil. I- Ma'am, what is this?
What?
Iquitos in Peru is another port. Life in the Amazon basin has undergone many parts changes in recent years, with more and more people migrating into these regions. The forest cover is gradually setting depleted, giving way to land for grazing and construction. A large number of species of plants and animals are no, ma'am, it's species. A large number of species of plants and animals are under
Species. No, we
threat.
don't call it species, we call it species.
Okay, ma'am. Threat of extinction. The Amazon rainforests are the lungs of our planet. Destruction of these forests through our activities can have dangerous consequences in the future.
Right. Thank you so much, Nishu. So as she read, there are very few big cities in the Amazon basin, right? In the Amazon basin, we don't have many big cities. There are very few big cities there. And Manaus is a major rubber collecting center, right? And Belém is a chief port of the region, and they are located in Brazil. Next, we have Iquitos in Peru, which is another port. And next, life, if we talk about here, it has undergone many changes in the recent years. Earlier, there was no plantations, earlier, there was no cities there, but now they have made some. So, with more and more people migrating to this region, as people are migrating and coming and settling in this region, the forest cover is gradually getting depleted, right? It is quite obvious as human beings are going there and settling up there, then they may be making houses, they may be doing cultivation, so they might be clearing forest for the same, right? So, giving way to land for grazing and construction, a large number of species of plants and animals are under the threat of extinction. बहुत सारे plants and animals की species ऐसी भी हैं, they're about to be extinct. You know the threat of extinction, children? What's the meaning of extinction?
Mom, like they are going, mom, like mom,
Ma'am,
अब वो
all
खत्म हो जाएंगे.
Yeah, they'll end, right?
Mom, like no more species of that plant or
Exactly.
anything have.
Exactly. The Amazon rainforests are the lungs of our planet, right? Our planet breathes through these forests. So, destruction of these forests through our activities can have disastrous consequences in the future. Clear? Clear till here?
yes, ma'am.
Any
Yes,
doubt?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
Oh, well.
Good. Now, Sarah, let's read about the Ganga Brahmaputra basin quickly.
Yeah.
Sarah will read about the Ganga Brahmaputra basin.
Yes, ma'am. The Ganga Brahmaputra Basin. Location. The Ganga Brahmaputra Basin is one of the largest river basin in the world. It covers large parts of northern India and almost whole of Bangladesh. It is bounded It is bounded by Himalayan mountains in the north and peninsular plateau in the south. In the east, it stretches up to the Brahmaputra River in Upper Assam, and in the west, it merges with the Indus Plain. The length of this plain is about 2,500 kilometers, and its width varies from 100 to 400 kilometers.
Okay, fine. So actually did that. The Ganga Brahmaputra basin is one of the largest river basins in the world, right? And are we a part of this basin? Do we live in this basin, children?
No, ma'am, like it didn't touches Bareilly.
No, we do live in this basin, beta. We are living in the Ganga Brahmaputra basin only, right? What
Yes,
do you mean basin? Can you tell me?
ma'am, like it's a part of a huge river.
Part of the river? No, the area which is
No,
drained
ma'am,
by
like when two rivers meet at same time
delta,
or like that.
which we are talking about. Basin is the area which is drained by a river, right? The area to which a river is providing water to. Okay, that area is known as its basin. So yes, it is one of the largest river basins in the world. It covers large parts of northern India and and almost the whole of Bangladesh, right? As you can see here, all this part is covered by the Ganga Brahmaputra river basin, right? You can see, okay, in the picture. Now, it is bounded by Himalayan mountains in the north and the peninsular plateau in the south. So if you look at the north of this basin, there are Himalayan mountains. In the south, we have the peninsular plateau, right? Then comes the land. So if we talk about the land, then the Ganga Brahmaputra is a part of the Great Northern Plains of India, right? So here, which structure do we get? We get the Great Northern Plains of India, and these plains have been formed by the alluvium brought down from the Himalayas and deposited by the rivers. Like I told you in the previous part as well, when the rivers come down from the Himalayas, they come at great speed, right, children? Are you
Yes, ma'am.
understanding?
Yes, ma'am, in a slanting day, so ma'am, the flow of river will be in great speed.
When they come down from Himalayas, they come down at great speed, and in that great speed, they erode the soil in its way. Then they carry the silts, the pebbles with it. Okay. And when they come to the flat land, they deposit all these things in the land. Right? And that's how they have formed the alluvial plains. Right? Depositional features like floodplains, natural embankment, meanders, oxbow lakes are common in these plains. Next, it is the longest river in India, right? Ganga is the longest river in India and is joined by many tributaries like Yamuna, Ghagra, Gomti, Gandak, Kosi, Son, and Damodar. I have told you about the difference between a tributary and distributary, yes?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, tributary means, ma'am, when a river meet, ma'am, when two or more river meets at the same place, so ma'am, that is called tributary.
What do you say?
And ma'am, when they like
Ma'am,
reflected
an
going
example
down
is
to the
ma'am
river,
Sangam of Allahabad.
When many small rivers join the major river, they are known as tributaries. When many small rivers
tributary.
get distributed from the major river, they are known as distributaries. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is the Brahmaputra river. This will be read by Harshdeep. Harsh, read it.
Yes, ma'am. The Brahmaputra River rises in Tibet, where it is known as Traspo after entering India through Arunachal Pradesh. It flows Subansiri and Kopili join the river here. The Ganga and Brahmaputra river join in Bangladesh before draining into the Bay of Bengal.
Bay of Bengal.
Bengal.
These two rivers, Bay of Bengal, these two rivers from the largest and fastest growing delta in the world, the Ganga Brahmaputra Delta or the Sundarban Delta.
Okay.
Ma'am, we have read something about that Sundarban Delta, ma'am, in our fifth class. Ma'am, like when we are learning about Western and Eastern Ghats.
That's great. So see, the Ganga Brahmaputra basin has a monsoon type of climate. What type of climate does it have? It has a,
Monsoon.
what do you mean type of climate, children?
Ma'am, what?
What do we mean by monsoon type of climate?
Ma'am, like the
Ma'am, like
climate.
there is raining. My ma'am is moisture and the rain is always going on.
Ma'am, where the river is flowing, ma'am, in the part of that river, ma'am, it's raining, or ma'am, the climate is very cloudy.
Basically, yes, monsoon type of climate refers to the rainy type of climate. So yes, we have a rainy type of climate where it rains according to season, right? So like we know, we realize because Amazon river basin was very close to the equator, that is why we do not experience any seasons there. But that's not the case with the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. We do experience seasons here, right? So the Ganga Brahmaputra basin has a climate, monsoon type of climate with hot and dry summers and cool winters, right? Most of the rain occurs between June and September from the southwest monsoon winds, right? So we know this as well, that the monsoon or the rain is caused by the southwest monsoon winds. ये भी पढ़ा है हमने, right? If you remember,
Yes.
right, children? Okay. So as the rivers of Ganga Brahmaputra basin flow through regions of heavy rainfall, right? When they're flowing through the regions where heavy rainfall occurs, then they carry huge amounts of water, right? Sometimes the rivers overflows, and this also causes floods as a common feature in this region, right? That is why now you have seen in Assam and all, that is very common. What do we call it? Floods. Floods are very common in Assam and all the regions, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
these forests are called, and now, yes, now we have to talk about natural vegetation. But first, please tell me, are you clear about the climate of the Ganga Brahmaputra basin,
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
right? Do you know which is the wettest place in the world?
Ma'am, what?
Which is the
Densest.
wettest place in the world?
Ma'am, that I don't know.
This place receives the maximum amount of rainfall.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, near about Africa or Australia, the Great Barrier Reef or like
It's
that.
in India only, the place.
Ma'am, Sundarban Delta.
No. Messenger. Okay, it's in Mizoram. Mizoram is the area, is the city which receives the maximum rainfall, around 400
yes,
centimeters.
ma'am.
Ma'am, 400?
Centimeters.
Yes, ma'am. 11,803
Right.
millimeter.
Okay, now let's talk about the natural vegetation and wildlife. This will be read by Sanya.
Okay, ma'am. Natural vegetation and wildlife. The forest cover of the Ganga Brahmaputra basin has been cleared off to meet the demands of agriculture and settlements. Only the lower slopes of hills are covered with tropical deciduous forest. Teak, fir, and bamboo are some of the valuable species found here. In delta region where there is a mixture of saline and freshwater, mangrove forest are
What happened when the forests are? Don't you have to
yes, ma'am, mangrove forests are found. These forests are called Sundarbans after Sundari trees, which
Sundari
is
trees?
found Sundari tree, sorry, ma'am, Sundari trees, which is found in large number of large numbers here. The Sundarbans are the home of the Royal Bengal tiger. Crocodiles and marsh deers are also found here. There is hardly any wildlife left in the Ganga plain,
Okay,
which
stop
is
here.
densely
Stop here.
populated.
So see, now she read us about the natural vegetation and wildlife. So as we know that the forest floor of the Ganga Brahmaputra basin has been cleared off a lot to meet the demands of agriculture and settlements. As we know that the Ganga Brahma Delta is okay, it's one of the largest the Ganga Brahmaputra basin is, yes, it is one of the largest basin, but yes, it's also one of that basins which has largest number of population, right? So only the lower slopes of the hills and forests are covered with tropical deciduous forest, right? Again, one more difference between Ganga Brahmaputra Delta, Ganga Brahmaputra Basin and Amazon Basin is that in the Amazon Basin we find evergreen forest, whereas in the Ganga Brahmaputra Basin we find tropical deciduous forest, right? And now, what trees do you want? Do you want trees like uh, teak, sar, etc. They like it's a something which they need a lot, valuable species, right? Now in the delta region, where there's a mixing of saline and fresh water, how there's a mixing of saline and fresh water in the delta region? Can you tell me that? Do you
Ma'am,
know?
what?
Do you know what is delta
Like
region?
cold and warm water are not mixing together in between. Like
Do you know what is delta region?
Yes, ma'am. Delta means, ma'am, where two rivers meet, or ma'am, two or more rivers meet at same place. At a place, so ma'am, that is called delta.
No. Delta refers to when two rivers meet, like and diverge, and they form a triangular land, right? Like this.
Yes, ma'am, that triangular land.
Like you
Ma'am, in
can see
Hindi, you
here.
can say to that like that is a sangam.
You can see it here. This is a delta here. What is it? It is a delta, right? Is it a delta?
Yes.
Right,
yes,
it
now
is.
you
No?
can see the
So
triangle.
this is known as delta region, where two rivers are like or one river is diverging into two parts, and then it's forming a triangular piece of land. Now here you can see the rivers carry fresh water, whereas the sea contains saline water. So now in these regions there is a mixture of saline and fresh water. Okay, got it.
Ma'am, we read ma'am,
Yes.
we read this like where the river and ma'am the sea meets, ma'am, that is called, ma'am, that was a term starts from M. Ma'am, in like previous chapters we have read that.
Okay, so yeah, these forests are called Sundarbans. The forests which we found in the delta region. Why are they named as Sundarbans? Because after Sundri tree, which is found in large numbers है यहाँ पे Sundri tree मिलती है. That मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा numbers में. That's why this delta is named as Sundarban Delta. Now the Sundarbans are the home of the Royal Bengal tiger. Crocodiles and marsh deer are also found here, right? So these are some of the animals which you can find here. Okay. Then there is hardly any wildlife left in the Ganga plain. Why wildlife is not left here?
Ma'am, like what do you have to take?
Ma'am, because of the like delta region,
No.
or the
And
ma'am,
the wildlife is ended very much because
and ma'am, agriculture is low there.
Ma'am, because
Lower
the trees
slopes,
are
hills
cutting
are
from
there.
there, and
because they
ma'am,
are doing
because of
settlements, they
that
are
forest.
cutting. Exactly. They're doing settlements there, construction work, agriculture work, because of which they are doing what? They are clearing the forest cover. Right? Okay. So there is hardly any wildlife left here, which is densely populated. Elephants, leopards, deer, langur, and one horned rhinoceros are found in the Brahmaputra plain. Right? Okay.
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, I remember
Mhm.
you haven't seen everybody's advertisement, as you said.
You have shown,
Ma'am,
you have sent me. Have you just sent the advertisements in the group?
No, ma'am.
Then how will I see?
Ma'am, I thought we are going to see in class like that.
No,
Uh,
no, no, no.
Ma'am,
You
like,
will not be sending it, doing it in the class because we don't have this much time.
ma'am, we haven't got
ma'am,
time, ma'am. Like, the exams are also coming, and ma'am, then
no, ma'am, I
projects
have
are
made.
coming.
The ones who
Ma'am,
have
I have
made it,
made.
send it in the group to me.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
I want to say that, ma'am, in social advertisement, they are, if we saw them, so they are somewhat big because they have a message. So, ma'am, my advertisement is somewhat big. Is it right or wrong?
Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yes,
I'll
Pariti, read
send
about
after
the human
classes.
activities in the Ganga Brahmaputra basin.
Okay, ma'am. Human activities. The main occupation of the people of the Ganga Brahmaputra basin is agriculture. The fertile alluvial soil, ample water from the two river system, and moderate climate make it possible for farmers here to grow a variety of foods and crush crops. Rice, wheat, cotton, sugarcane, and tea are the main crops. Pearls, oilseed vegetables, and fruit are also grown throughout the region. The important industry that have developed in the Ganga Brahmaputra basin are cotton, silk, and jute.
Jute.
Yes, ma'am, jute. Food processing, tea, oil, and the major handcraft of this region include clay work, can work, and metal work.
Okay, thank you. So the main occupation of the people in this basin is agriculture, right? Here, people are mostly involved in agriculture, right? And the fertile alluvial soil, ample of water from the two river systems, and moderate climate make it possible for the farmers to grow a variety of food and cash crops. Because the climate, soil, everything is just perfect for the crops. That is why they grow a variety of crops, which includes rice, wheat, jute, cotton, sugarcane, and tea. And these are also the main crops grown in the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Whereas pulses, oilseeds, vegetables, and fruits are also grown throughout the region. Okay. Now the important industries that have developed in the Ganga Brahmaputra region are food processing industry. Okay. Second, we also have clay work here, right? Okay. So the important industries are like cotton, silk, and jute textiles, sugar and food processing, tea, oil refinery, etc. Okay, and the major handicrafts of this region include clay work, cane work, and metal work. You people know what is cane work?
Ma'am, what?
Do you know what is cane work? CANE cane work. आपने अपने घर में बांस का काम देखा है? Like some,
Yes,
there are
ma'am,
trays
ma'am.
made up of it. हाँ जी.
Ma'am, bamboo work, ma'am, used in making
Ma'am, the things that are made of bamboo.
Bamboo, right, right, right. Okay, that's known as cane work.
Ma'am, I have seen the tree also of it.
That's nice too. Okay, is it clear till here, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Arnav,
Yes, ma'am.
please read about the transport and cities of this region.
transport and cities. For the most part of Ganga Brahmaputra basin is flat plain, fertilizating the development of good network of roads and railway. The Ganga Brahmaputra and several of their tributaries serve as an inland
Tributaries,
waterways.
tributaries, no, it's tributaries.
Tributaries serve as inland waterways. All major towns in the region have air service. This region is dotted with many important towns and cities, ranging
Ranging,
from
ranging from.
ranging from administrative capitals like Delhi, Lucknow, Patna, Kolkata, Dispur to industrial cities like Kanpur and religious centers like Haridwar and Varanasi. Water population is a common problem Water pollution is a common problem to rivers of the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Sewage water from the cities, chemical fertilizers, and pesticides used in agriculture and industrial effluents from factories are responsible for these. Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan were launched by the government of India to save these two rivers as well as their tributaries from further pollution. However, a lot depends on us to transform these plans into reality to protect our important rivers, which are the lifeline of our society.
Okay, thank you so much. So, see, for the most part, the Ganga Brahmaputra basin is a flat plain which facilitates the development of a good network of roads and railways. Again, a major difference between Amazon River Basin and Ganga Brahmaputra River Basin, that it was very difficult to construct road and transport network there, whereas it's very convenient, right, to have a network of roads and railways because we have plains here. The Ganga Brahmaputra basin and several of the the Ganga Brahmaputra and several of their tributaries serve as inland waterways. All the major towns in this region have air service, and the region is also dotted with many important towns and cities ranging from administrative capitals like New Delhi, Lucknow, Patna, Kolkata, and Dispur to industrial cities like Kanpur and the religious centers like Haridwar and Varanasi. So there is everything one wants to live properly. All those facilities are available in the Ganga Brahmaputra basin, right, kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no. So then, if we talk about water pollution, then yes, water pollution is a major problem in the rivers of Ganga and Brahmaputra basin. That is also because of a lot of humans living in this basin. You might have seen people disposing all the religious waste in the Ganga, right? Doing puja there, then also
Yes, ma'am.
dropping everything in the river. Is it right, children? Do you think it's right to do that?
Ma'am, but the things that
No,
are
ma'am.
biodegradable, ma'am, that we are putting into that, ma'am, that is right, ma'am, but that plastics and ma'am, that leaves, that is not.
That's wrong, no? And the thing is, sewage water from cities, chemical fertilizers, pesticides used in agriculture, and industrial effluents from factories are also.
There's a system, there's a proper system, ma'am, WWTP, wastewater management system, and ma'am, every city will have to use that, ma'am, but no one
But
is
the problem
using
is they're
that.
not using it, no, which is causing problems to the rivers and the atmosphere, right? So
Yes,
the
ma'am.
Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan were launched by the government of India to save these two rivers as well as their tributaries from further pollution. Rivers were also cleaned up, if you remember. It was very when these schemes were launched, the Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan. People were very happy. Everybody took part, and the government got the rivers cleaned as well, right? But then again, just the deeds of the government are not gonna help it. Humans also have to help it. Okay. So, however, a lot depends on us to transform these plans into reality and protect our important rivers, which are the lifelines of our society. Right? So we have done the chapter. Have you understood it, children?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Easy.
But ma'am, WWTP is not like people are not following. How can it be? It is a if it is not for it this is not happening. So how we're getting water like in our taps and everything
What's
in
the
WWTP? Ma'am, like the sewage water came there and the processes are going on. They are cleaning the
ma'am,
water
like
and
it's
make
a
us
system
pure,
from which the
make
black
pure. So
water
ma'am,
that wastewater, ma'am, goes into a machine, and ma'am, that is treated very much,
no?
and
Your
ma'am, that is purified.
the thing is, your what you're saying is right. It should be treated, but the thing is that many factories do not do so, right? And yes, that's it. Not the government only cannot do it. You have to take the
And ma'am, the
responsibility as
people
well.
who don't have any, ma'am, like thing to do, or ma'am, any work to do, ma'am, they should start that, and ma'am, as a governmental organization, and ma'am, take some loan, and then ma'am, they will pay it off.
God knows, protesting are not as easy as it looks like. So let's see what happens. Okay, shall we talk about
Okay, ma'am.
exercises now?
Yes.
Yes.
The first question is, which of the following countries does not lie within the Amazon basin? Yes, I understood.
Ma'am, Cambodia.
No, ma'am, Cambodia is found.
Ma'am, Cambodia only. Ma'am, because ma'am, no, ma'am, not Cambodia, ma'am, Argentina.
Ma'am, not Argentina.
Yes, ma'am, Argentina.
Peru,
Right. The answer
Venezuela,
will be
Colombia, this is found.
Argentina.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next is armadillos are dash ancient mammals, colorful birds, reptiles, or animals of prey.
Ma'am, animals for prey.
Ma'am, ancient mammals.
Armadillos are ancient mammals. What are they?
Ancient
Ancient
mammals.
mammals.
Right. What are mammals, children?
Ma'am, mammals means ma'am,
Who
they
give
are ma'am
birth.
warm-blooded and ma'am they are ma'am they give
They give birth.
to
Right.
ma'am
Ma'am,
they don't
animals
give
which
birth
give
to
direct birth to a child. It means animal which gives direct birth to a child.
Right. Animals which give birth to their child. Right. So next is which of the following rivers is not a tributary of the Ganga? This is very important. You have to
ma'am
know the tributaries.
ma'am
Right?
Tapi. Ma'am
Tapi.
Tapi.
The
Tapi.
answer will be Tapi. Next is a tree which is commonly found in mangrove forest is
Sundri.
Ma'am Maguni.
mangrove forest. Sundri.
Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am.
Sundri. Ma'am, mangrove forest, Sundri.
Right.
Ma'am, it is known as Sundarbans.
Right.
Ma'am
Next
Sundari.
is Brahmaputra is also known as dash in Tibet.
Ma'am.
Ma'am
Ma'am,
Sangpo.
Hongo.
The
Hongo.
answer is Sangpo. What's the answer?
Gongo.
Sangpo.
Ma'am what? Ma'am, what will be the answer?
Yes, Sangpo. The answer
Yes,
is
ma'am, it
Sangpo.
is Sango. Sangpo.
Sangpo.
Yes,
Now let's
ma'am.
tell me true or
Ma'am, on
false.
160.
Right.
Okay, ma'am.
The tropical rainforest of the Amazon basin yields softwood. True or false?
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
True.
Ma'am. False?
Softwood. They yield softwood.
False?
Sorry, ma'am. It's
False. They give hardwood.
No. Hardwood, yes.
Right. Next is 4 o'clock rain occurs in the Amazon basin.
True.
True.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, true, ma'am.
Next, cotton is grown in the Amazon basin on a commercial
We
scale.
have read that, Sarah. On page number 162, I climbed it.
Third is cotton is grown on the Amazon basin on a commercial scale. Tell
Ma'am,
me true
maybe
or false?
this is false. Don't know, let me check.
ma'am, it's false.
What will be the
Ma'am, I
right
think it's
answer?
false.
Cotton is grown
Ma'am,
in
is
the
it
Ganga
false?
Brahmaputra basin on a commercial scale, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next is the Ganga Brahmaputra basin covers
Yes, ma'am. True.
Anji.
Ma'am, it's true.
True.
Ma'am, it's true.
Next is the Sundarbans are the homes of Asiatic lion.
False.
What is
No,
the right
ma'am.
answer?
Ma'am, it's a Bengal tiger.
Royal Bengal tiger.
Yes, ma'am, Royal Bengal.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Royal Bengal tiger.
Right. Let's quickly do the fill-ups as well. 1 minute is left. Okay, let's hurry up. Yeah, the first is the tropical and subtropical regions extend to dash degrees latitude.
Ma'am, this too we also know, ma'am, it is just
Okay. Next.
ma'am 2020 and degree to
20.
20